Hello everybody, Flik here. It's time for yet another Let's Look At. Today we are taking a look at The Witcher 3. This is the PC version I am playing by CD Projekt Red, or however it is that you pronounce the way that they spell project. Anyway, I'm sure you've heard of it, and I know I'm a little bit behind in terms of getting some kind of video out on it, but I wanted to play a lot of it. I've been playing it for, hang on, I can check. I've been playing it for 46 hours. That is ridiculous considering I've only been playing it for about 3 days. So look into that what you will. I have not finished it. I have the finale ready though, so I feel comfortable at this point, 46 hours in, to be able to talk a little bit about the game. I think it goes without saying, especially if you've seen any reviews for it, that The Witcher 3 is a fantastic game. But maybe we'll look at a little bit of why. Why does it get it so right? And yeah, I am burying the lead here, but it is just a fantastic game. Anyway, before we get started, I've picked a side quest to cover for the purposes of this video, the Master Armourer's quest that you can see in the right there beneath my compass. It's not a main mission, not connected to a main mission at all, so there shouldn't be any spoilers. However, I cannot guarantee that people I'm standing next to might not mention something related to something that's happened in the story. So therefore I will give a cautious spoiler warning. Anything that happens is not going to be on purpose, but I feel like I just have to warn just in case. Anyway, so the hunt I've decided to do, or sorry, it's a quest but it involves a hunt, is for two armourers who are having an argument. There's a dwarven smith over here, who I've been getting stuff from for quite a while now, and his human female apprentice. And it turns out the human female apprentice is actually the more talented of the two, and that Fergus here is basically worthless. So in order to get myself some badass armour, I have to go kill an archgriffin for the female blacksmith. And as a result, a hunt has just opened up on the notice board so that I can also get paid for killing the griffin. So that's what we're going to do. As I say, not connected to the main story at all, and there is a whole crap ton of stuff just on the map to do that isn't connected to the main story. In fact, let's just quickly show you the map. This is one of 5 areas I believe I have access to. Give you an idea of scale here. This is the little town I'm in, and this is the size of this particular area, and as I say, it's not the only one. It's the second biggest, I think. No, actually, well, if you count water areas, it's the second biggest. If you count only landmass, I'd say this is probably the biggest. It's a big game. It just goes without saying, it's a gigantic game. Anyway, get rid of that for now. Let's actually take this notice and get on with this. I hope that this will involve some fighting so I can show off the combat. It should also involve some talking after I do the job. By the way, anytime you do get to a notice board, read all these non-quest ones because sometimes they're very funny. Let's see if I can spot any small ones here, although some of them might be spoilers, although I don't think it will be. Anyway, so read this. In the hills north of Crow's Perch, there is some sort of beast lurking about. A griffin, it would seem. If you kill it, bring the trophy to the quartermaster, and you'll get a fitting reward. And if you don't give a whit about your fellow men and don't have the bollocks to face a griffin, stay far away from that place, or else you'll end up in as the beast's dinner. Anyway, alright, we'll take that. Oh, usually we have to go talk to the client to organise our pay and haggle a little bit, but I guess it's automatically assuming I'm obviously going to do it because I need it for another mission. So I'm not really going to comment on the graphics that much because you can tell for yourself the game is fantastic. It's running at smooth 60 even with me recording. I don't have everything maxed out. I have most things on Ultra. I scaled back a little bit because I have an AMD machine and the game doesn't quite play nice with AMD depending on which settings you have, most notably the Nvidia Hairworks. However, the game looks nice. I don't care if it got toned down a little bit to compensate for the fact it's also on PS4 and Xbone. It still looks pretty. It's got character, which is more important to me than graphical fidelity. And hopefully we'll get like change of weather, not just from day to night as we play as well, because sometimes when there's like thunderstorms or winds, it looks amazing. One of the prettiest games I've ever played. So yeah, we need to go. Oh, it's quite a long way actually, right? Let me just bring up the map again here. We have to go all the way around, don't we? Yeah, I technically could teleport from one sign that I've found to another. There is fast travel. You can only do it from those green markers. It might be a bit nicer to see a bit of this the scenery by riding there. So let me call my horse. Did he spawn on the bridge? Yeah, he spawned on the bridge. That shouldn't have happened. He usually spawns down here. Come here, Roach. Oh, you're looking very badass with that new kind of thing I gave you on your head. Your horse kind of acts as your mobile inventory. Like the inventory space you have, or sorry, the max carry weight you have, is affected by the saddlebags on your horse. Also depending on the I was going to say straddle, that's not the word. I need to check my inventory, otherwise I'm never... The saddle. Why did I blank on that word? The saddle determines its stamina, and then the blinders it has determines its fear level, meaning whether or not it can stand in a fight with you. Otherwise it will get feared and kind of chuck you off. Also, I just accidentally brought up my Steam overlay because that always happens if I minimize the game and bring it back up. I did that before recording. So yeah, we can go at a slow trot, or we can go at a moderate canter, or we can use our stamina and actually gun it a little bit. So let's do that. Take in the scenery as I do. By the way, I am assuming some moderate knowledge of the Witcher universe, however, even if you don't have any knowledge from The Witcher 1 and 2, you'll get by, but you will miss a lot of stuff. There's a lot of returning characters. Oh, that's a bandit. Hello there. Excuse me. You want to fight? Oh, right, I'm using the wrong type of bolt. Sorry, I was using the painting bolts to try and keep track of monsters. Let's switch to a bolt that will actually hurt you. Blunt. Oh, that'll probably knock you off your horse. Oh, actually it won't. Still, if I just do this, you can't hurt me, right? Yeah, you're not gonna get me. Although I kind of want to kill you with a sword now. Oh, I missed. And you got me! You bastard! Oh, you're not running. You are not running. Got you. Just see if he dropped me anything. Oh, I could actually fight the horse there as well. I'm not going to kill a horse. I'm not Bloodborne. I'll take the Dwarven Spirit because I can use that for alchemy and all these amazing... As I was saying... Oh, hang on. Oh! Nice try. Can I... Alright, we'll get into what my signs are if you aren't aware in a second as well, but bear with me. I just want to know if I can blow him off the horse. Oh, you can't. That's a shame. Can I set the horse on fire?
Damn, you're ugly.
Yeah, damn, you are ugly. Also, I can just do the circle strat with you as well, can I? Let me try again. Oh, you def... Oh, you can! You can! It worked! I just didn't get him right the first time. Nice. We'll take that. So, sorry. Allow me to get back to what I was saying. If you aren't familiar with The Witcher 1 and 2, I would definitely suggest at least playing The Witcher 2 because it stands up even today. You play as Geralt of Rivia, and basically the kind of subplot among the first two games is Geralt was spit out by the Wild Hunt, lost his memory. The first game is him remembering what a Witcher is. The second game, he regains his memory, and in this game it starts with him trying to find his lost love called Yennefer. And then together you are tasked with finding kind of his adopted daughter, not literally adopted daughter, but a girl he raised and trained to be a Witcher, even though girls can't be Witchers. And you're trying to find her because the Wild Hunt is now after her. And that's the gist of it. Hello, wild dogs. I don't really need to stop to kill level 1 wild dogs here. I went the wrong way. It's up here. That wild dog appears to be floating. So yeah, there is occasional little glitches like that. I've had the horse kind of freak out on occasion. It's definitely, you know, it's an open world game. Crap like that happens. Does it matter? Not really. But to go back to what I was saying, that's kind of set up the game. You are trying to find this person who wants the Wild Hunt, find out why they want them. And it's kind of a wild goose chase, a needle in a haystack type thing across the world. While you're also kind of vying for help and all these other political parties. And it kind of takes on from where the war ends off in the second game as well, if you know what happened with that. So we'll probably have to use our Witcher sense to pick up the trail of the Archgriffin. But before we do that, Witchers, they have two swords. On my number 1 is the steel sword, which is used for fighting humans. On my numpad 2 is... Oh, sorry, not numpad 2, just number 2 on the keyboard. My silver sword for dealing with monsters, ghosts, everything that isn't a human. You also have a crossbow in this game, which is tied to middle mouse, and then you also have your signs, which is... It's not full magic, it's like Witchers know pseudo-magic. They're not sorceresses and mages. Or magi, whatever. You have Yarden, which stuns enemies if they walk into the AoE. You have Quen, which is a protective shield that eats up a couple of blows, and I've actually upgraded mine to the point where it explodes when it gets used up. Igni, which is fire in front of you in a wave, although you can also customize it to be a bit of a flamethrower. Axii, which you can use in dialogue options as well. It stuns enemies in combat, or you can mind control them. And then you've got Ard, which was that kind of forced push I was doing, although I'm going to go on Quen for the purposes of this. I also have some miscellaneous items, a torch for if I'm in dark areas, and grenades if I want to use them. But yeah, let's see what happens. Will I have to track the beast? I'm holding right click, by the way, to make the camera do this. It's when you activate your like Witcher senses. You've got increased sense of smell and sight, etc. Oh, I see a bloodied thing over here. Oh, and also another bandit. Okay then. How will we get this one off his horse? I'll lock onto him with Z, which is a very odd button to have that on, to be honest. I wonder if I mind control him, he'll fall off, but let's just try and set him on fire. Oh, I made the horse get feared instantly and rear up. As far as combat goes, left click is just a simple attack. Oh, another one. If I hold shift while I do it, also that horse tail is levitating. If I hold shift while I attack, you do a heavy version of attack. Right click, hold it for block, or press it at the right time to do a parry. Ow. You did die there, right? Yes, now, let me get back. Thank you for the grilled chicken sandwich, though. Here we are. Let's do some exploring.
That's it. Large griffins had a veritable feast.
So, is there a track to follow, however? Yes, there is.
Seems Mom didn't teach this little griffin not to play with its food.
So it's this way. Don't hear it. You see a little pulse when you're in this mode if you can hear a beast.
Large griffin feather.
Well, that's a big feather.
Lost it when taking off. Hopefully its nest is nearby.
Alright, so it's here somewhere. And there won't be any footprints because it took off, but I'm a little curious about why all these birds are circling up here, so let's have a little look at the top of the hill. Oh, I hear it. There it is. You're not my first griffin I've fought. What level are you? 26. That's quite tough, actually. So let's first of all get a shield on, and then bring you down with the crossbow, ideally. I'm missing because he's flying too fast. Come say hi. There we are. Right, let's play. So I've got my dive there, but you also have a very quick kind of strafe that's tied to left alt for some reason. I don't know why. Some of the buttons do honestly confuse me in this game. I've gotten used to them now, but the decision making behind some of them I just don't understand. Let's try and set you on fire. Oh wait, I need to wait a little bit until it's charged up again. You're trying to spit poison at me, yes you are. Ah, didn't get afflicted by burn sadly, but I did actually just kill him. I am a few levels higher than him though. So I'll be taking the gland and my trophy, although I already have a griffin trophy. I'm guessing that's one of the feathers blocking the camera angle. I've never had so many kind of weird hiccups appear. It's typical that it happens when I'm recording. Yeah, it was that wing there that was getting in the way. So now we can go back and take the acid, and then hopefully we'll get some... take the acid. I should watch how I say things. And we should get some of the dialogue options. We can see if we can be a nice guy, a badass. There are consequences in the game to your decisions, but they aren't just a case of, oh, you'll get good guy points or bad guy points. It's discernible differences to how things play out. Oh, they're just blathering about something. Oh, I didn't actually notice those ladies there. Anyway, back to Crow's Perch. I've been totally engrossed in the game, so I can't really... Yeah, I could just sing its praises for like 20 minutes. Do you want to hear that? It's really good, the story's good, the voice acting is great. If you're not familiar with Geralt's voice actor, he might take some getting used to because he's very monotone, but he's also very sarcastic and witty. And the whole point is that Witchers kind of speak that way on purpose because they don't want to show their emotions. They remain neutral in political debates and that kind of stuff. They're like Jedi, except they're not pussies, essentially. So where's Crow's Perch? There it is there. Has the game got some issues? Yeah, I'd say that a lot of the side quests fall into the same kind of category of talk to the guy who's giving you the hunt, or you know, if it's a hunt, a contract for a monster, etc. Use your Witcher sense to find the monster, fight the monster, you're done. There is the... Why is it sending me somewhere else? Oh, that was weird. The GPS hadn't updated. You can't get good GPS on horses in this day and age. Yeah, sometimes... What was I saying? Sometimes there is standout side quests where it isn't just a case of, oh, there's a monster, go fight a monster. There's a great one involving a serial killer that you've got to track down. There's gang warfare you can kind of take a side on. There's mages who are... It's almost like the Underground Railroad. You have to try and smuggle them out of the city if you want. Again, it's not part of the main storyline. There's just so much to do and see, and as you wander around the map, I'm sure you saw, I'll just show you again. Look at along the top, that's all the stuff I found. See all these question marks? These are things. They might be connected to quests, they might not be. They might just be loot crates guarded by monsters, bandits, etc. They might just be weird events, they might be caves that you can go hunt a monster on your own. There's tons, and each map is littered. In fact, another map I could show you, I won't for spoiler reasons, but it's got even more stuff to explore. It's ridiculous. You'll be hard pushed to run out of something to do in this game pre 60 hours, I would say. That said, you might get tired of the formula that side stuff follows. I'm not sure. You saw some of the graphical glitches the game can have. Honestly, more has happened in these 15 minutes than I've seen happen in 45, 46 hours of play. It just is typical. I've never listened to this conversation in full. Let me just see what they're saying. That's a knife that's... Okay. Oh wait, no, was it a feather? Oh, it was a knife. Knives don't... Okay, whatever. I should also point out, the game is very violent. It might not have been easy to tell against those bandits, but you can dismember people. There's also an exceptional amount of nudity in the game, and there's an exceptional amount of bad language, the worst swear words you can imagine. The characters all use very kind of modern lingo, despite being kind of medieval setting. That's one of the hallmarks of the series. If that puts you off, yeah, I can see you not wanting to play the game. It also deals with a lot of quite heavy stuff. Sexism, racism, there's stuff involving demon babies and, you know, uncomfortable stuff. It's handled in a mature way though, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I actually was very invested in some of the storylines as a result of how well they handled it. But anyway, we don't want to speak to Fergus, we want to speak to Iona, and let's see what happens. I hope I have the speech volume loud enough, incidentally. But I'll be quiet for this little bit of conversation anyway, so we'll see how this plays out.
You're back? So? Got the acid?
Use it carefully. It's about as caustic as things come.
I know. It's burned many a man where I come from. Armour's ready. Now for the last touch. We'll soon see who's better, Fergus or me. Geralt, it's done.
Looks very professional.
Welcome, General. Armour's all ready. Came out splendid, if I do say so myself.
Rather coarse. I trust the appearance does not reflect the quality.
General, I've also made a suit, if you please.
What is the meaning of this?
So we often get decisions on what we want to say. These are both basically, do you want to say, they both say the same thing, but one is with like a dickish attitude and one isn't. She made her own suit of armour, is better, or she's the artisan, not Fergus. I don't mind the dwarf, so I'm going to say the first one.
Exactly what it looks like. Joanna crafted a suit of armor for you, General, to prove she's the superior armorer.
For God's sake, Joanna, what do you think you're doing?
Temeria remains a wild land, it seems. Insubordination of this kind is not something we Nilfgaardians allow.
If I may, General, I am Fergus's subordinate in appearance alone. It's what we agreed, as few would ever believe a woman to be a better armourer than a dwarf.
You are right. I, for one, do not think it possible. But you are confident in your abilities. Let us put them to the test. Not on dummies. In live combat.
I had a feeling it was going to end like this.
Oh, quite a crowd.
You there. Put on this armor.
I'm just here to show me yours.
Mine is not a request.
General, I crafted this armour for a man. It can't fit me properly.
Then find another to wear it.
Oh gee, I wonder who.
Geralt, will you help?
No. Oh, you can't actually say no. I'm going to say yes, though. I want to make sure I'm on number one here. I don't want to accidentally say no. You can't just use your mouse, incidentally.
I won't regret this.
Don your armor, both. I will await outside.
I don't like that it's got the Nilfgaardian sun on it, but she looks like she did a good job.
I just came here to show me yours.
I just came here to seeing it again. Alright, help test the armor. How? What about to do? Oh, you're... Oh, this is the test? For the record, I can deflect crossbow bolts back at the target.
Let us see what this other suit is.
Here it comes. It works.
Gonna live?
Aye, but these armor's rubbish.
I love the sense of humour this game has as well.
I wish to see the armor.
Not even a dent.
I am not easily impressed, but I must admit you have succeeded, my dear. Where to, dwarf? You must hear this. The forge is now Miss Joanna's. She will also assume all Nilfgaardian army requisitions. Is that clear?
Aye, as day.
Your pay for the armor. I will send a man to collect it.
I'll be going too, methinks. Just get my things.
Wait. We needn't part ways, Fergus. You've been a good helper. We could go on that way. But without the lie.
We did make quite the pair.
Well then, go stoke the fire. We've got a customer. He needs armour fit for a witcher.
You know, she just reminded me I never even kind of covered what a witcher is.
You weren't certain the armour would protect you. Admit it.
Had a moment of doubt when the bolt pierced Fergus's armor. Didn't last long, though.
Thank you for trusting me. Give us a few days and your armour will be ready. Come on, let me help you get out of that.
Alright, so I guess we're not going to get to see what the Witcher armour looks like because we're not going to sit around for 3 days. You can just meditate, incidentally. Wait 1 whole day. Well, maybe we could waste that time. How long have we been going for? 21 minutes? We can wander out into the wilderness if nothing else, although first before I do that I'm going to get a little...
Storm. Damn.
Oh good! A storm! Yeah, I definitely want to look around now. We're just going to buff up my weapons and armour for a little while. 15 minutes. You know what, I'll say that when those timers reach 0, maybe a little bit before, that's when we'll stop. Yeah, the weather's definitely turned, so let's go just find stuff I haven't explored on the map. I guess we'll pick a close by. By the way, I love the way the trees billow in the wind. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. Oh yeah, it is. Here it comes. What was I saying? Yeah, I'll find a question mark on the map that's reasonably close by and we can go explore it, see what it is. It'll probably just involve a little bit of fighting, but that's fine with me. So why does... Oh, sorry. Let's briefly go over what a Witcher is, although it's probably obvious. A mercenary for hire, usually after monsters specifically, or, you know, to cure curses, that kind of thing. But they're mutated humans. They live longer, they have better smell, better hearing, they have cat-like eyes, as I'm sure you saw in the cutscene. And generally, they are also the subject of racism, or, you know, they get called Flik and whatnot by people, right up until the point where they need your help. Let's put it that way. So, bring up the map. Let's find a nearby thing I have yet to explore. Well, hang on, I did explore something there, but I didn't actually get it, which probably means the first time I was there, whatever was there was too tough for me to fight. Or we could... Well, let's head down to this one first, then we'll do that one. Yeah, let's do that. So, to what I was going to go on to. Why does The Witcher 3 get it right?
Faster.
Because it's a labour of love, I think. I think it's as simple as that. The people who made this
Let's go.
gave a rat's ass about making quality and took the time required to make the finished product reflect what they were trying to do. I mean, The Witcher 2, as I said earlier, it stands up today because it also had the same level of care put into it. If you are a fan of roaming RPGs with just staggering amounts of stuff to do, The Witcher 3 is the best example there's been since The Witcher 2. Really. There's even a Nordic type area of the game you can visit which does Skyrim better than Skyrim. The combat is okay. I must admit that I prefer this storytelling side and the exploration side. The combat is a means to an end. That doesn't bore me. Oh, why is there a corpse here?
Slower.
Was he there for... Hang on a minute, what did I hear there? There's something over there. This might be connected to a hunt or a quest I already did, I'm not sure. Let's have a little look. Oh, there's a lot of them. Alright, silver sword it is. Oh, I just got something updated. Oh, it's a monster nest, I see. So yeah, this is another optional thing. Looks like they've been feasting on people. Stop leaping backwards. Again, level 9 stuff, not going to be a challenge for me. Stand still. Thank you. Thankfully, I have some grenades because the way you get rid of monster nests is by exploding them.
Ought to just destroy it.
Get out of there. Also, there's one survivor. Oh, I just got fire in the hole achievement. I guess that's like my 10th one or something. Oh, I thought I still had my shield, so I wasn't worrying about dodging. It wears off pretty quick. Roach, get over here. Incidentally, as obviously a fan of the second game, I love that he calls every horse he has Roach. After Vernon Roach, presumably. Oh, I forgot to leave that marker, didn't I? Oh, wait, no, that was the marker. My bad. Alright, let's see why I didn't do this chest. I guess, obviously, it was because something tough was guarding it. What was it? Maybe a wyvern. I suppose we can see. We're heading towards the storm, but that's okay. So yeah, as I was saying, it's almost as if the combat is the weakest part of the game. but it's still good. Like, if I had to rate what I like in this game and what I don't like, yeah, I would say the combat's probably the thing I least like. Not that's what's worst, just what I least like. I also think some of the buttons are questionable. That's a gutted horse. Hang on a minute, there's something going on over there. There was a red thing, which means I can explore it. There's a counter at the end there, in case you're curious. Oh, I'll take those mutagens. Ah yes, we have to go over how you level in this game. You don't actually get XP for killing anything. You only get XP for completing quests, or finding stuff. I could have sworn I saw something red to examine here. Obviously something ate that horse, but I don't think it was the horse, it was something past it. Whoops, didn't mean to press that. I was trying to press E, then spacebar to take all. Well, let's quickly go over our character, I suppose. The leveling up system, I would say I don't like the way they've rejigged this kind of leveling up menu. I would say they've made it in a way that is console friendly, and yes, I do mean that as an insult in this instance. But anyway, you have your combat related skills, you have your magic related skills, you have your alchemy related skills, which I always ignore because I don't think they're worth anything. And then you have your just passive stuff depending on, like, say, armor type. And then I also have one which means if I'm in the sun, I get healed. And then you just have mutagens that you pick up. Now, new to this one is mutagen bonuses are coloured and apply to things in a set. So for example, that's a blue mutagen that improves my magic damage, and because it's in a, I don't know, a quadrant, I don't know what to call it, a section, a quarter of my skills menu that also has nothing but magic related skills, it gets a massive buff. So it should only be 10%, it's actually 40. And then over here I've got 2 sets of attack power related stuff. So yeah, when you do get a level, you get 1 skill point to spend. I've mostly been putting them into swordplay because that's what I focus on. I've got the ability to deflect arrows back, I've got a rend attack, I've got fleet-footed. You know, there's a lot of stuff. I've never bothered going into alchemy. Maybe they have made it better in this one, I guess, but it's not for me. And the passive menu does actually have some good stuff in it. You have access to all of them from the start. And my kind of plan was to have nothing but passives in here. I've got that medium armor one just sitting waiting for this slot to unlock at 26. I think the max level is 35 in case you're curious. But yeah, that's how leveling works. You also have a fantastic beast tree, and you know, you can look up characters if you don't know the backstory, tutorial, and alchemy, as I said. I better not look in that menu actually, just in case there's some quest related items in there. Anywho, through the storm to get to that chest, and we'll see what was guarding it. Oh, I can see from here. It is a wyvern. Okay. Generally, if you're fighting something that's equal to your level or higher, what you want to do is go to your inventory and apply a liquid to your sword to do even more damage. Like, for example, that does more damage against necrophages and against dragonids. I believe that would count for this, actually. So let's do it. We'll apply that to my silver sword. We'll draw our silver sword. And we'll get our shield up. Why am I not being able to... Oh, that was weird. You can't do... Oh, because I was sliding down the hill, that's why. There's our shield up. Let's play with the wyvern who's eating something. Oh, it's a forktail, actually. My bad. You aren't big enough to be a wyvern. I took off half my shield. Oh, there goes the rest of it. Are you leaving? Don't you dare leave. Hang on. Nice try. The music in the game is also excellent, by the way. I don't just mean combat music, I mean ambient music. No, we'll take all that. Is that what you were guarding? No, you were guarding his body. What has his body got on him? Crafting materials, assassin gauntlets. Assassin gauntlets. 2 different kinds. One's a relic, though, so rare. Nice. Where'd my horse go? Hello there, Roach. So is there another nearby question mark? Because my plan is maybe go to one more, then I can just meditate to make the day pass. Ah, there's not really any others in this area, is there? Alright, you know what? We'll just ride back to Crow's Perch, enjoying the scenery. And then I will meditate to make a day pass, and then I will talk to Yona.
Let's go.
I didn't have much of a message when I started doing this video, other than I think this is probably, you know, a strong contender for Game of the Year. It's fantastic. It has its faults. It's obviously not perfect, but nothing is. It gets a hearty recommendation based on my time with the PC version, almost 50 hours. I don't know about the console version. I know a couple of people playing the console version and I've heard no complaints from them. I've had some people complain of some kind of black screen bug, but I believe it was patched the other day. Prior to it being patched, I never saw it happen. I guess maybe I got lucky, but I've had no issues in terms of the game crashing.
Snow now.
Just an abandoned house, is it? Okay, sorry, I just got distracted. Just, that happens so many times. I'm just going along and I'll see something, or an NPC will shout, like, help! And you'll go find out about some other new thing. You know, that sounds like PR bullshit to say it that way, but that's literally how it will happen. You'll just ride somewhere and stuff will happen. And the areas aren't all like swampland like this instantly. That's just this area of this map happens to be like that. Elsewhere in the map is a huge city. I don't think I can safely teleport up that far, because I think if I go to a loading screen it might give a narrated bit of what's happening in the story right now, and that would be very spoilerific. So rather than run all the way up to the house, let's just stand out in the rain and meditate, and we'll go for a whole day like that. We'll let time pass. Definitely lose my buffs doing this, but that's fine. So the long and short of it is, do I recommend The Witcher 3? Absolutely, with very little caution, unless lots of violence slash nudity slash issues that you might find uncomfortable put you off, but I don't think they should. Also excessive swearing, if for some reason you don't like excessive swearing. There's a lot of that. Do you still have the same conversation now that I've let you... Yeah, you do. I thought you would. Is that better than just having silence after you've heard it once? I think so. But yeah, let's end this video with my hearty recommendation again. Available on PC via multiple digital distribution methods, although I'll probably link to Steam in the description box below if you're curious. Also available on next-gen consoles, although I would suggest that it's probably best on PC, but I can't say that with certainty. Anyway, let's see what this armour actually looks like and end this little adventure.
Geralt, good of you to come by. What can I do for you?
My armor coming along all right?
It's ready. I've reinforced the joints and bathed it in acid, as my clan's tradition demands.
Thanks. How much do I owe you?
Oh, please. I'd not be here if it weren't for you. It's a gift, and thanks for what you did. Take it, and may it serve you well.
Thanks. And you take care.
Alright, so Witch Hunter's armour. Wait, Witch Hunter? They're baddies. Well, depending on your opinion on whether magic is good or bad, I suppose. What kind of stats is on this thing then? Where is it? Oh, I can't even use it yet. Level 27, but it's absolutely fantastic compared to what I'm using now. Alright, that was really worth getting. However, sadly, I can't wear it for a while, so I can't show off how badass it is. But I've seen other NPCs wear this type of armour, and it's good looking. Oh, by the way, you can have one trophy active at a time. You get trophies from all the big monsters that you've killed, so I won't go over all of them that I've killed. But, for example, right now I'm using the Archgriffin trophy because we just killed one. It always defaults to the most recent thing you killed. But yeah, this has been a look at The Witcher 3. I didn't have much to say because it's good. It's insultingly good. I hate that I can't find more to genuinely complain about, because I don't like singing nothing but praise about a game, but I can't help it. In 3 days I put 46 hours into the game, and I'm not done yet. Even after I finish the main story, I'm still not done yet. There's so much left to explore, so much I want to see. I'm not forced to, I just want to. The strongest contender for Game of the Year yet, I would say. It would take a hell of a game to beat it, quite frankly. Unless you're just truly opposed to RPGs of this type. That's the only other reason I can think of why you wouldn't want to play this game. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, or if you just want to show your support to the developer or me. And come back again later tonight or tomorrow for more daily gaming stuff. My name has been Flik. This has been The Witcher 3. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.